Millions of Americans have defaulted on their student loans. Now the government may be taking a part of their paychecks. As of September, more than 45 million Americans held outstanding student loans, totaling $1.67 trillion. This week, the Department of Education is sending out notices that could impact millions who've defaulted.
What the government is doing is they're saying, hey, you owe us a bunch of money. We're going to take some money back from you. How? We are going to garnish your wages.
That could be up to 15% of someone's paycheck, or even cost student loan borrowers part of their tax return. For older Americans, the government could take a piece of their Social Security payments. Experts suggest contacting your student loan provider to find a repayment option that works for you. Millions of Americans have defaulted on their student loans.
Shalom. All praises, all power, all glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Makah, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach well and rule well, who taught me this truth, peace, and salutations and blessings to the hopeful elect, the fellow laborers, pushing this truth at risk of their own lives toward the four corners of the earth. To the Akwath listening, learning, in sincerity, and in truth and in silence, Shalom. It's your brother Shema from the GMS Toronto camp here in Toronto. Here with another lesson. Right? Not too long. Just another example of this cruel Lord, right? And his wickedness, right? But what inspired this lesson? I was reading the comments. I highlighted it there. I showed the comment in the video clip. I was reading the comments, and the one that jumped out at me was they're doing this to force them, right? Because people on student loans.
Now the government.
People on student loans are of military age, right? But this comment stood out to me. They are doing it to force new generations to join the military, right? And that's plausible. That makes sense, right? This man's scrambling for cash, and he's scrambling to bolster his military, right? Scriptures say, let's get it. Joel 2. Joel 2 and 20, it reads, but I will remove far off from you the northern army, and will drive them into a land barren and desolate, right? Conscripts, right? Conscripts of Babylon the Great, America the Great, their military, right? Drafts, right? Drive them into a land barren and desolate, with his face toward the east sea, and his hinder part toward the utmost sea, right? Out there in the Levant, right? You have the Mediterranean, you have the Salaka, you have the Red Sea, you have the Nile River, right? The Levant, Iran, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, right? Iraq, the land of Israel, Egypt, right? That's where it pops off. Here's the point. And his hinder part toward the utmost sea, and his stink shall come up, right? Them casualties, a lot of death. And his ill savor shall come up, because he hath done great things, right? The Lord, listen, anyone who gets sent on a plane, drafted, conscripts, it's your burial, right? But back in the subject matter, right? America the Great, Babylon the Great, is being ruled. First and foremost, he's a puppet. Nero 47. He's a puppet, and he does the bidding of the elites, right? But America the Great, Babylon the Great is under is within the grip of a cruel lord. Isaiah 19:4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel lord, right? The Egyptians, spiritual Sodom, spiritual Egypt. Right, the hand of a cruel lord. Right, Nero 47 is a cruel lord, and he's puffed up with pride, man. Right, he's an unmuzzled dog. He does the bidding of the elites, but he's shooting from the hip. Whatever comes to his mind, he says. Right, he's steadily signing executive orders. It reads, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, the Lord, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshai, of hosts, hosts being armies, right? And what we see happening right now, there's a lot going on. You got this Iran thing going on. They got civil unrest going on over there, right? Reports coming out of 1,000+ dead, deleted protesters. You have Trump saying, if protesters continue to be deleted, we're gonna strike. Iran responded by saying, well, if you strike, it's anything that's from anything of anything that belongs to you, being Babylon the Great, and Amalek is fair game. We're gonna strike. So there's that going on. Right, you have this whole Venezuela thing going on. Right, upwards of the people. Right, cost of living through the roof. Babylonian citizens can't take care of themselves. They're hurting financially. They're jobless. They're homeless. Inflation kicking them in their ass. Foreclosures at an all-time high. Right? And you have these rich elites. Right? Sitting on the necks of the people.
Maybe taking a part of their paychecks.
Right? And any Babylonian within the age of being affected by student loans, right? They're young, they're just trying to start out in Esau's pseudoscience, Esau's false education, right? Which is nothing but pseudoscience. Right? They ain't got the 15% of a check, that's a lot of money, man. And the people are being squeezed right now. People are being squeezed. Scriptures say when the wicked are in authority. Let me get it before I butcher it. Proverbs 29 and 2, and it reads, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice. But when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn, right? The people are mourning. Right? This is an unjust system, man. This system is not being governed in righteousness. Right? It's not being governed in righteousness. Proverbs 22 and 7, it reads, the rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender. Right? And who's the rich? These elites, right? Physically rich, right? Carnally rich, right? The fatness of the earth, right? Right? The poor being the ones that are under these unjust, heavy usury taxes, fees. Right? They sell you a dream, the American dream. Oh, get an education. You know, you can get a loan to finance your education. And then you graduate with a paper document that's useless. You graduate and you're working in a Tim Hortons or Dunkin' Donuts, right? With a a PhD or a doctorate degree in some pseudoscience, highly esteemed pseudoscience degree, right, which is useless, right? And now they want to put these people who are feeling the squeeze. Listen, Babylon the Great, America the Great is through, right? The cost of living is unsustainable, right? But it's the elites collapsing this thing, right? Because all roads lead to the MOTB, right? And they have to collapse this thing to bring in the CHIP, right? That could be another sales pitch. All you student loan recipients will wipe your debt clean, but you have to receive this CHIP, right? That's another spin right there, and that's how this devil's gonna. This is how he's gonna present these things. Scriptures say, when he speaketh fear, let me get that. Believe him not. There are 7 more abominations within his heart. Get that real quick. Right, he gonna tell you what you want to hear. Oh, we'll wipe your slate clean. And some Proverbs. Proverbs 26. Proverbs 26 and 25. When he speaketh fear, right? He's going to tell you, this wicked man will tell you things. We'll grant you clemency. We'll pardon your debt. But you need to take this CHIP, right? Believe him not, for there are 7 abominations in his heart, heart being mine, right? 7 being completion, a complete number of abominations. This man is wicked. He's wicked. Whose hatred is covered by deceit, his wickedness shall be showed before the whole congregation. Whoso diggeth a pit shall fall therein, and he that rolleth a stone, it will return upon him, right? And this man's in a trick bag. He's in a snare, right? The Lord Yahweh Shem Yahshai has Esau eat him in a trick bag, right? Yeah, he's dug a pit of wickedness. He's dug it. And there's casualties falling in it daily, right? His citizens, all these nations, right? But ultimately, Esau gonna fall in his own trap, his own snare, right? Esau gonna be hiding in the bunkers when Yahweh Shai returns, right? But yeah, that's it on that, you know. Oh, this is a nice one right here. Proverbs 26 and 28. A lying tongue hateth those that are afflicted by it, right? And who does Esau hate, man? The tribes. Right? A lot of the tribes bought into the Esau system, man. Right? The tribes are afflicted by Esau, man. It says here, a lying tongue, Esau, hateth those that are afflicted by it. He hates the needy. Who are the Israelites? Israel being a people before it's a place. And a flattering mouth worketh ruin, right? A flattering mouth. Esau talks slick. He's a serpent, right? Thou shalt not surely die. Surely thou shalt not die. Esau's wicked, right? He talks shit. He'll flatter you. He'll deceive you. He'll puff you up. Why do you think Jake bends over backwards for his boss, Esau, in the workforce? Bends over backward because of the shit that Esau says, man. His flattery. Right? But it's all coming out now. You 2/3 out here are seeing that this American dream is really an illusion. It's a nightmare. You're seeing now the holes in the facade. You're seeing the holes. You're seeing the genie in the bottle be released, and you're seeing the truth via the mouths of the prophets, via these epistles, and in real life, what's going on, what the prophet's been speaking about, beginning with the elder apostles on down. So with that, call Allah Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshai, Bahashem Rakah Kodash, double honors to the apostles Elders a great millstone and teach one. Rule well. Shalom to the elect.